Max, one last thing to do today.
Free money!
That's right, free
No one
money.
cares.
The most successful
This is a lie.
gambling segment in internet history, in which I give you my picks against the spread.
Yeah.
We are 21-33 against the spread this year.
Yeah, it's not going great.
So we are going
Free
to,
money for your bookie.
and so we are
Free
I'm
money
going to
for the
once
house.
again give you betting advice as I do every single.
And in no way do we endorse it whatsoever, especially because it's terrible advice.
Max, we've got 9 games, I believe, to get through. 9 games.
I mean, it doesn't matter. You're going to make terrible picks anyway.
Let's get to it.
All right. We're starting in Houston. Prairie View A&M visits the Rice Owls. No line, but boy, is this one.
Oh, I'm so nervous.
so
I'm so nervous. Like, okay, here is the if Rice. Okay, can we agree that if Rice doesn't win this game, they're going 0-12?
Oh, yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, like, if you can't win this one, come on now.
At home against an FCS team.
Right.
Now, this is not a bad FCS team.
No.
I think that a Prairie View A&M is not lunch meat. They're 4-2.
They will be up for this.
They are not a bad team, but Rice at home needs to win this game. I will say that I think that Rice has been trending up lately, which is good. You know what? I believe in the Owls.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like,
They're
what
going
else
to
are you
get
gonna
that win.
do? Yeah.
I'm taking Rice
Okay.
to win. I like Rice in this one. So
All right.
give me Rice.
Sure.
Please, Rice.
Oh, okay.
Please. What's next?
North Texas tomorrow morning is up at Army.
Saturday morning.
Sorry. I'm thinking
I
it's
know.
Friday. Wow,
Right.
man.
Mhm.
Saturday morning, 11 a.m., Mean Green up at one of the greatest football stadiums in America, and they are 19.5-point underdogs.
They are taking on Army on the road. I don't feel great about that.
You shouldn't.
Army's defense has been great this year, and against the run, I just don't know if I trust North
Right.
Texas's defense to get enough stops. 19.5 points is pretty rich, though.
Right? I mean, you feel like Mean Green's been playing better.
I do feel like they're
Yeah.
playing better. I'm going to be an abject homer, and I'm going to take North Texas plus 19.5
This
at
is why
Army.
your picks are terrible.
Let's go.
All right. 6 p.m. Saturday evening in San Marcos.
San Marvelous.
Marvelous San Marcos. The Bobcats are 6-point underdogs to the Louisiana Lafayette Raging Cajuns.
So Louisiana Lafayette's not very good.
No.
Okay, that's something worth mentioning here, is that they're not very good. The offense just isn't very good. And so for a Texas State team that are one of our big concerns is their defense. Like, they're getting a break from facing these high-powered offenses.
Right.
They're not very good. They basically have one guy in Anthony Jennings, their quarterback, who's decent. But past that, there's not a whole lot to say.
Right.
Their defense is actually pretty solid against the run, so this is a game where Tyler Jones has to take over.
Right.
You know what?
That's been a 50-50 proposition most of the year.
I'm taking Texas State straight up.
All right.
I think they're winning this game,
Okay.
but I'll definitely take Texas State plus 6. So
Okay.
I'm taking the
All
Bobs
right.
plus 6.
There you go.
What's next?
6 p.m. Saturday, UTSA is a 9.5-point favorite, home favorite, over the UTEP Miners.
So I understand why Vegas set this line,
Well, it
but
makes
doesn't
sense.
that
Yeah, right.
doesn't that seem a little bit rich?
It does seem a little bit rich. How could you be so certain?
Right. That's exactly it. Is that
You want to say like 4?
Yeah,
Yeah,
4.
4-point
I totally
right,
buy.
yeah.
9.5 seems like a lot.
It does.
That said, UTSA is pretty clearly a different team in the dome than they
I
are.
think so. Yeah, that's a good point.
On the road, and UTEP having to travel there. UTEP's not a great team at home. They're certainly not a great team on the road. I'm going to take UTSA to cover 9.5. What's next?
6 p.m. Saturday on the Hilltop, the Ponies, SMU, 21.5-point underdogs, the Houston Cougars.
So I got burned last week.
You did.
On
That's
this,
true.
because remember, I was like, "Oh, Houston's going to stomp Tulsa."
They have everything to play for. They got something to prove against Tulsa, and womp.
Now, and here's the thing: there's a lot of reason. Look, okay, let's start with one thing. Houston's going to win this game.
Yes.
Okay, Houston's going to win. But there's a lot of reason to think that SMU keeps this close.
Okay.
Houston's been trending down. I think we agree.
Yeah.
Agreed.
I
SMU,
don't know about down. They're just not improving
yeah,
the way we
they're not.
expected.
SMU, I think, is trending up. I think things are looking good for SMU. I don't know. I think 21.5 is a perfect line because I'm thinking this is something along the lines of like 42-21.
Yeah.
There is an old gambling adage that you take the home double digit home underdog. I'm going to take that. I'm going to take
Okay.
SMU plus
Okay.
21.5. Might as well just see what
Sure.
happens, see if they can keep it close because I think they can score.
Yeah.
I think they may be able to score enough in this one.
Good
So
point.
I'm going to take that. What's next?
We're creeping out to Lubbock. It's getting closer to Halloween, and it's a night game at AT&T Jones Stadium. Texas Tech still a 14-point underdog to OU.
Here's the funny thing.
Oh, here we go.
If this were a 2:30 kick,
Yeah.
I'd take OU and not think twice about it. OU and not think twice about it. But you and I both know, and we talked about with Quan Cosby,
Sure.
Texas Tech, Lubbock at night is a weird place.
Sure.
I do not think Texas Tech can slow down Oklahoma. I think that if they're going to win this game or keep it close, they've got to get into the 50s.
Sure.
I'm going to take OU. I'm going to take OU minus 14. I think they cover that. So I'm going to take OU in the
That's
Baker
fine.
Mayfield poll.
Sure.
So
Yes.
what's next?
Longhorns head up to Manhattan tomorrow. I'll state it again. 11 a.m. Saturday, and Kansas State 2-point favorite.
So this comes down to whether or not you buy what Texas did last week against Iowa State.
Yeah.
Because if they play like they did against Iowa State last week, they're going to win.
Yeah.
They're not just going to cover, they're going to win.
Yeah.
And so it depends on if you buy that. Here's the problem, is that we have 5 games where the defense has looked like hot steaming garbage.
Right.
And we have 1 game, the most recent one, albeit, but against a bad team where it has not looked bad. Or it has not looked bad. Meanwhile, they are going on the road to a, I think, decent Kansas State team, a place that they have not won since 2002. And with a line of -2 for Kansas State, I think they cover that. I think I think Kansas State wins this game by 3. So I'm going to take Kansas State. What's next?
TCU going to Morgantown, 2:30 p.m. Saturday. The Mountaineers 6-point favorites.
Respect for TCU, right? Like they're saying that because you assume that 3 points is due
Fly
to
across the country.
Basically, they're saying on a neutral site that the number 12 team in the nation is only a 3-point favorite against TCU. That's what Vegas is saying. I think that's some respect for TCU.
Sure.
That said, I'm concerned about Kenny Hill's ability to hang on to the football. I think that his ability to hang on to the football is problematic, and against a pretty good West Virginia defense, I think they could cause them problems.
Sure.
In Morgantown, I'm going to take West Virginia -6.
I think that is the right play. And finally, A&M in Tuscaloosa is a 19-point underdog, 2:30 p.m. Saturday.
19 points.
19.
Can you believe that?
19.
Now I think that says a lot about what Vegas thinks of Alabama. Because I think that's them pretty much saying, look, Alabama's this juggernaut.
Yep.
And I've gone back and forth on this game because I think A&M, if they play their best game, can beat Alabama at home. Problem is, this game's in Tuscaloosa.
Right.
And you go back to last time they went there, it's problematic. Now, they've got a lot of things. Trevor Knight's beating Alabama. Yep. Oklahoma's beating Alabama.
Yep.
I think Alabama wins this game, but I will take those 19 points. I'll take 19 points. I don't think they cover that. I think A&M fights enough. The biggest thing, and by the way, our friend Bill Connolly has a great piece up on his blog, footballstudyhall.com, where it breaks down the advanced stats. The game comes down to whether or not Texas A&M, which has been very bad which has allowed a lot of explosive running plays, and Alabama, who gains a lot of explosive running plays, that's your ball game. Yeah. If Alabama in the first quarter is breaking off 9 and 10-yard runs, this game's over. Yeah. If they're slowing them down, A&M's got a shot. I do like A&M plus 19. I don't think Alabama. I do think Alabama wins this game, but I'm taking A&M plus 19. That's going to do it for us. So, by the way, my free money picks. Rice over Prairie View A&M. North Texas minus 19.5 at Army. Texas State plus 6 at home against Louisiana Lafayette. UTSA minus 9.5 at home against UTEP. I like SMU plus 21.5 at home against Houston. I like Oklahoma minus 14 at Tech. I like Kansas State minus 2 hosting Texas. I like West Virginia minus 6 hosting TCU. And I like Texas A&M plus 19 at Alabama.